What if I told you that one of the greatest military upsets in history didn't happen at Thermopylae or Agincourt, but in a narrow valley in Albania? A place most people today couldn't even find on a map. The year is 1457. Europe is trembling. The Ottoman Empire, fresh off conquering Constantinople just 4 years earlier, is unstoppable, marching westward with a single, ruthless intention: to crush resistance and take control of the known world. But deep in the rugged Balkan mountains, a fire still burns, and his name is Skanderbeg, born George Castrioti. Skanderbeg was once a hostage raised in the Ottoman court. He learned their language, their tactics, and then turned against them, leading a rebellion that lasted more than 2 decades. To the Ottomans, he was a traitor. To his people, a hero. To everyone else, a mystery dot. And now, the empire once and dead, the Ottomans send a massive army, over 40,000 men led by Isa, Bagaranos and Hamza Pasha, determined to wipe Skanderbeg off the map. They march through Albania, burning villages, taunting the locals, and daring the elusive general to show his face. But Skanderbeg doesn't attack. He disappears. The forest hides him. The mountains swallow him. Rumors spread. Has he fled to Venice? Is he dead? The Ottoman army pushes on, confident that the rebellion is collapsing in silence. But it isn't. It's breathing, waiting for nearly 3 months. Skanderbeg watches. He tracks the Ottomans' every move. He waits until their supplies thin. Their discipline weakens. Their confidence turns to arrogance. And then, in the early hours of September 2nd, 1457, the trap springs. The Ottomans make camp in a valley near a village called Albulena. They believe they're safe, too deep into enemy territory for a counterattack. They sleep, they celebrate, they rest. And they have no idea that 8,000 Albanian warriors are hidden in the surrounding hills, silently watching. Skanderbeg himself stands on a ridge, motionless. This is his moment. His entire rebellion, his entire life has led to this. The enemy vastly outnumbers him, but he holds the high ground. He was surprised. He has righteousness. And he has something else: a traitor, someone deep within the Ottoman ranks has been secretly feeding Skanderbeg information for months. Every route, every order, every weakness. The Ottomans are marching blind, and they don't even know it. But who was this traitor? A deserter? A spy? Or someone with a darker agenda? As the sun rises on Albulena, all hell is about to break loose. The hills will roar. Steel will clash. And by nightfall, history will be changed forever. Dawn breaks over Albulena. The Ottoman camp stirs. Soldiers stretch, yawn, sharpen their blades. But something is wrong. The birds aren't singing. The air feels heavy, like a storm is about to break. A silence so loud, it seems to collapse in on itself. And then a horn. A sound so fierce it slices through the morning mist. From the hills, shadows leap into daylight. Armored riders thunder down rocky slopes, their war cries echoing like thunder. Skanderbeg leads from the front, sword drawn, eyes blazing. His 8,000 warriors are everywhere at once, surrounding the Ottoman encampment, turning order into chaos. The Ottomans scramble. Horses scream. Commanders shout. Soldiers grab weapons, but it's too late. There is no formation. No time to organize. They are being crushed before the battle has truly begun. For the Ottomans, this isn't a fight, it's a nightmare. Skanderbeg's men fight with brutal efficiency. Albanian warriors, fueled by revenge and desperation, strike with unmatched ferocity. They target officers first, cutting off communication. Their arrows rain down like fire. The ground shakes with the impact of their charge. And yet, amidst the chaos, something strange is happening. Several Ottoman units didn't react at all. No shouts. No countercharge. They stand still, almost as if they were expecting this. Could the Ottomans have known the attack was coming? But no. Skanderbeg's trap was perfect. His strategy is flawless. So why are some soldiers calm while others are overwhelmed? The answer lies not in the battlefield, but in betrayal. One of the Ottoman commanders, Hamza Pasha, Skanderbeg's former cousin and lifelong rival, has secretly been messaging Skanderbeg for months, feeding him intel, pretending loyalty to the Sultan while plotting his own rise to power. He wanted the Ottoman army to fail. It wasn't loyalty or brotherhood, it was ambition, cold, brutal, personal. But even Hamza couldn't predict what would happen next. Because as the Ottomans try to regroup, a second wave of Albanian warriors appears from the other side of the valley. Foot soldiers, local rebels, even women and elderly men join the assault. For them, this isn't just a battle, it's a war for survival. Suddenly, the valley of Albulena becomes a tomb. Bodies fall. Horses trample. Smoke rises. Dust clouds the sky. It's not a battle, it's a massacre. The Ottomans fight back, but they are outnumbered, disoriented, and terrified. Amid the panic, Isabeg Ivranos, the Ottoman commander, tries to retreat, but Skanderbeg sees him, locks eyes, and charges. The two men collide like lions. Steel meets steel. A duel between a rebel and an empire, between chains and freedom. And then, a scream, a thud. Isa falls. The Ottomans are leaderless. The rebellion is unstoppable. Albulena belongs to Skanderbeg. But what no one knows, not even Skanderbeg, is that this victory has just made him the most dangerous man in Europe. And every major power, friend and foe, is now watching. The smoke clears. The valley is still. Ottoman banners lay in the mud, shredded and trampled. Bodies scatter the battlefield, thousands of them. The creek running beside the camp has turned crimson. Skanderbeg stands in the center of it all, chest heaving, sword dripping with blood. Victory, total, impossible victory. 8,000 Albanian rebels have just destroyed an army 5 times their size. But triumph, as history always reminds us, comes with a price. Skanderbeg looks at his men, his brothers. Many have fallen. His best friend, Vrana Kanti, is among the wounded. The survivors are exhausted, hungry, and behind their cheers, a grim reality lurks. This war isn't over. In fact, it has just escalated, because the Ottomans don't forgive. They return. Skanderbeg knows this. He's lived it. Every victory brings more enemies. Every battle victory means the next one will be bigger. He looks to the horizon, knowing what comes next, retaliation. But there's something else. As news of the Battle of Albulena spreads, whispers rise in Europe. Venice, Hungary, Naples. Even the Pope himself is listening now. Word travels. Skanderbeg, the eagle of the Balkans, has done the impossible. He has bloodied the empire. And the world takes notice. But attention is dangerous. While Skanderbeg's victory ignited hope, it has also sparked envy and ambition. He's now a legend, a symbol of resistance, and a political pawn. Every major power now wants him on their side or eliminated. Venice fears him. Hungary courts him. The papacy praises him, but secretly wonders if Skanderbeg defeats the Ottomans, will he become too powerful? Meanwhile, in the Ottoman capital of Edirne, Sultan Mehmed II, the conqueror of Constantinople, receives the news. He pauses, then he laughs. A slow, quiet, terrifying laugh. This is not a loss, he says. It is a reminder that Skanderbeg is dangerous. And dangerous men must be destroyed. Men dispatches spies, diplomats, more armies. He wants Skanderbeg's head, but not before he's humiliated, crushed, broken. And then just when Skanderbeg thinks he has a moment of peace, another shock arrives. Hamza Pasha, the traitor who fed him intel, is captured by the Ottomans. And he's been interrogated. Under torture, Hamza reveals everything. Every secret plan, every rebel camp, Every hidden mountain passes. The war isn't simply reignited, it's transformed. Skanderbeg's secrecy is gone. So what does Skanderbeg do now? Stand and fight? Flee? Trust his allies? Or take the battle to the Ottomans before they hit him? He gathers his men and says something that no one expected. We march. Not to defend, but to invade. Skanderbeg's voice echoes through the mountain wind. We march not to defend, but to invade. His men stand silent, shocked, exhausted, and yet inspired, because this isn't just a rebellion anymore. It's a war of destiny, a war for the soul of a nation. But the plan is bold, almost suicidal. Skanderbeg decides to strike at Ottoman supply routes near the Macedonian border, cut off reinforcements, bleed the empire dry before it can swallow the Balkans whole. The men march. Winter freezes, food dwindles, and every mile pushes them closer to the heart of enemy territory. But this was never about winning outright. It was about sending a message that would echo through time. Albania will not kneel. Along the way, Skanderbeg gains allies, local tribes, rebels, even deserters from the Ottoman ranks who saw what happened at Albulena and believed the impossible might happen again. His force swells, his confidence grows, but so does the danger. A spy brings devastating news. Venice, one of Skanderbeg's most trusted allies, has betrayed him. They've signed a trade agreement with the Ottomans to secure their routes. In exchange, they've promised to abandon Skanderbeg. Now he stands alone, outnumbered, hunted, betrayed by friend and foe alike. And still he marches. Skanderbeg's campaign in the following year becomes legendary, not because he wins every battle, but because he refuses to lose his spirit. He survives ambushes, poisoned letters, assassination plots. He outwits generals, defeats armies, and though time begins to wear him down, his message becomes louder than ever. One man can stop an empire. Skanderbeg never retakes Constantinople. He never crowns himself king. He dies of fever in 1468 before seeing independence realized. But his legacy doesn't end there, because what he left behind wasn't a victory. It was a blueprint for resistance. Centuries later, George Washington learned of Skanderbeg's tactics. So did Napoleon. Even Mussolini grudgingly studied him. And in the 20th century, when Albania regained its identity, they resurrected Skanderbeg not just as a hero, but as the symbol of national pride. The Ottomans never fully subdued Albania. And to this day, the Albanian national flag features the black double-headed eagle, Skanderbeg's emblem, flying defiantly on a field of red. But here's something most people don't know. The traitor who betrayed Skanderbeg, Hamza Pasha, wasn't executed. The Ottomans spared him. And decades later, his descendants tried to claim Skanderbeg's legacy and rule Albania in his name. Thus, the story of Albulena isn't just about war, it's about power, betrayal, and the strange, twisted ways history remembers its heroes. If this battle blew your mind and you want more hidden moments in history like this, hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Should Skanderbeg be considered one of the greatest commanders of all time? Thanks for watching, and remember, history is written by the bold, but remembered by the unstoppable.